The Novena to Our Lady Untier of Knots. It's something that connects me to an Ignatian saying. And that Ignatian saying is, undertake nothing without consulting God. So all our planning, but also all the kind of wondering how to address situations, how to move out of struggles also. In that Ignatian saying, there is this notion that in all of this, there is prayer, and especially how this novena of Our Lady, the Untier of Knots, is a way of really practicing this Ignatian spirituality, this Ignatian way of proceeding. Because there are so many knots in our lives. There are things that tie us up, hold us back, that restrict our growth, that restrict our lives from unfolding, such as just the very environment that's around us, that can limit us, that can feel like we are being stuck in some place. There are complex social entanglements that is hard for us to extricate, that keep or hold us down from time to time. And then there are all our personal struggles, all those difficulties where we found ourselves being blocked, knotted down, tied up. All of those many knots, they influence our lives. So that undoing of those knots and how to do that, that is something that here is in relationship with God, praying, consulting God. And that novena that we are going through the next couple of days, that novena to Our Lady Untier of Knots is a great way of approaching all those difficulties, struggles, knots that tie us down. So in this prayer, in that novena, it's a very active period of time where we can sense and be really present to God's surrounding us, to be really open to God's presence in our lives. God, who is not just there in easy times when it's sunny or when there's Sunday, but during all periods of our lives. Like the saying goes, God can ride straight on crooked lines. So especially when we hit those crooked lines of knots that block us, hold us down, make an impasse, especially there, God is really present. And He opens us new perspectives, especially in those very complicated, complex, difficult situations, when we feel stuck, when we feel tied down. So the novena to Our Lady Untier of Knots, there is that practice of praying, feeling God's presence, feeling recourse, feeling strength through God's living presence, and also to ask for God's help and to experience God's presence, God's help. And in all of this, through the intercession of Our Lady, we'll see how those knots will become undone in our lives. And that, following that long tradition of the novena of Our Lady Untier of Knots, we too feel liberated, feel how God is always present to us, helps and guides us as we only reach out and pray. Undertake nothing without consulting God. This is living in God's presence. This is undoing the knots and to unfold, to grow, to become the person God is calling us to be.